So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 4 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the stories I wanted to dive into today includes a surprise news update for a major upcoming PlayStation 5 only game, when God of War Ragnarok new gameplay could be coming, the latest PlayStation 5 system update is out, and Sony makes it clear on their future when it comes to major events for this year. First, yes or no, are you pre-ordering God of War Ragnarok or not come July 15th? Now that we've got pre-order information and all the details are out there when it comes to pre-ordering the game, the different editions, I'm wondering where everyone is standing when it comes to pre-ordering the game. So comment below, yes or no, if you're pre-ordering God of War Ragnarok come July 15th or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, the new PlayStation 5 system update. So this is a quick story here. The latest PlayStation 5 system update dropped yesterday, update 22.01-05.50 that landed at around 1 gigabyte, and what came with it was a requested feature when it comes to auto low latency mode, which for people who don't know, essentially puts your TV into game mode, so you have that solid response time when gaming. The issue before was that auto low latency, or ALLM, would automatically turn on and lock some settings on your TV, as pointed out by Digital Foundry. The desire was to have a switch to allow you to turn off ALLM, and this is essentially it. With this update, here's the patch notes. If you're using a TV that supports ALLM, auto low latency mode, you can adjust ALLM settings in video output settings. If you select automatic, your TV will automatically switch to low latency mode while playing games. If you switch off ALLM, it won't be enabled except during VRR, variable refresh rate output. What's funny about this update is that Sony didn't even mention ALLM in any patch notes when they first added it to the system, but an update to it has its own patch notes. So it's funny to see that it's either Sony wanted people to know about this change, or more future small updates will have this type of transparency. I hope it's the latter. I hope the transparency keeps going as we move forward with the future system updates. Now, diving into the second story of the video, Sony makes it clear on future events for this year. So I'm going to leave out hope for next year, but Sony has continued this trend of not being at major events. They skipped every E3 after E3 2018. While I get they like to have their own events, I can't lie, I do miss them at some of these bigger shows because they were usually the highlight for me. Add to this, more so, it's been revealed that they won't be at 2 upcoming major events. One of them is Tokyo Game Show, which takes place in September, late September. Reading from The Gamer, as spotted by Push Square, neither Sony Interactive Entertainment or PlayStation are under the general exhibition list. However, Sony Interactive Entertainment will be in attendance, but it seems rather limited since the name appears further down the exhibitors list, although filed curiously under the Indie Game Corner. So that's one. The other gaming event they won't be at is Gamescom 2022. This is essentially Europe's E3, and Sony recently confirmed to German site Wirtschaft that they will not be attending Gamescom 2022 either, which runs in August. I guess both of these make sense since Sony has their own showcase in between in September to show off everything, so why go to either one and not just save everything for that one show? But you guys let me know if you miss Sony at major events or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the third story of the video, God of War Ragnarok new gameplay. So one of the things I pointed out with the latest information for God of War Ragnarok is that I wish we got new gameplay to go alongside with the new the release date information. It's great that we got it, the release date information, but a state of play would have hit it out of the park, but instead we got a CGI trailer. I don't mind CGI trailers, but not as an alternative to new gameplay, especially when we've only had one gameplay trailer in almost 2 years. And in terms of a God of War Ragnarok state of play, it looks like August might be the time when we get the God of War Ragnarok state of play that we've been waiting for. Reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, a verified Reset Era insider who previously dismissed reports of a God of War Ragnarok state of play in June and July has hinted that we'll finally see something in August. The Reset Era insider in question, Ash Hung, was the only insider who said back in May that fans shouldn't expect a God of War Ragnarok state of play anytime soon, which has turned out to be true since we haven't seen anything 2 months on. Expect something in August. Basically, Ash Hong said about God of War Ragnarok's gameplay before Sony's blog post went live yesterday with the release date information. There could very well be the release date or whatever before then. That's what Ash Hong also said. So August isn't really a crazy thought, because if you look back at the history of State of Plays, you'll notice that they're usually around a month or two before the launch of the respective games. This was the case for Returnal, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, GT7, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2, etc. We know that God of War Ragnarok launches on November 9th. About 2 months before that is September 9th, but there's a showcase probably happening in early September, and Last of Us Part 1 remake also drops in early September, so late August is probably a good time for a dedicated state of play for God of War Ragnarok, unless they want to have it in late September. Again, this is a rumor for now. We don't know if it's for sure happening. All we can do is wait and see, but I'm definitely excited to see new gameplay for God of War Ragnarok. And now diving into the final story of the video, a big surprise for an upcoming major PlayStation 5 titles. So Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, or Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, has been on people's minds ever since it was first showcased last month. As someone who recently just finished Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, I can say I'm a fan now, and I'm excited to play Rebirth and Crisis Core later this year. Recently, Japanese website Dengenki Online sat down with multiple Final Fantasy developers, including Yoshinori Kitei's executive producer, Mariko Sato, producer, and Tetsuya Nomura, a creative director and character designer, to discuss upcoming Final Fantasy games, which there are a lot of at this point. Twitter user Genki provides some highlights from the article. The order of visiting each, so these are highlights for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The order of visiting each region will change from the original. The next update will be a surprise to everyone. No PlayStation 4 version, as the story goes out of Midgar into a wide world, and loading times would be a bottleneck, so PlayStation 5 SSD speeds are needed. Honestly, it's still exciting to see developers talk about the PlayStation 5 SSD. I'm interested to see how well it works here, but the focus is the next update will be a surprise to everyone. Looking into the interview, this comes from creative director Tetsuya Nomura, who said this time it was just a teaser, talking about Rebirth here, the teaser trailer, to announce the titles, so there's little information. I wonder if it will be the next time that you can see surprising information. The interviewer added, at first glance, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth looked like an open world. Nomura replied with, isn't that information next time? So I'm not familiar with the original Final Fantasy VII title, but I don't remember people mentioning anything about it being open world. I wonder if that's the surprising information here. Either way, I'm very excited. But you guys let me know if you're excited for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps. And subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now, I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to the body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with Bring On the Weekend. It's another Friday, another gaming weekend. Hopefully with a lot of games that you get to finish, play, check out, all that good stuff. So if you're excited for the weekend, destroy the comment section with Bring On the Weekend, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now, I'll check you guys out on the next one.